Peace, brothers and sisters. You are now watching The Homeless Empire, and I am today's host, the lyrical genius Black Titanium. Today's topic is going to be an important topic, which is spiritual warfare. A lot of people really don't think about spiritual warfare on a daily basis. They go about their daily lives. Some people, maybe even religious people, they don't think about spiritual warfare, especially religious people. Because a lot of religious people think because they pray, they think because they part of God, they think, oh no, the devil can't do nothing to me. But we must think about the spiritual warfare that's against the masses. A lot of people don't know that voodoo, witchcraft, and black magic in today's society is by popular demand. You have a lot of women out here who are seeking consulship with Africans, Puerto Ricans, Jamaicans. A lot of these people practice this stuff for the sake of being evil and for the sake of monetary and personal gain to try to hurt other people. So what you have to understand is that if you don't think on a spiritual level, it's the spiritually weak that will be victimized. But that's what a lot of people don't understand. Because you got a lot of women out here that's consulting these people that practice this voodoo, black magic, and witchcraft. And they don't understand the consequences of practicing it. And they really don't understand that they will have to live up to their end of the bargain. Because God is He's not an unjust God, not even against the devil. So that means if you make a deal with the devil and he gives you whatever you ask for or whatever, whatever y'all summon up or whatever deal they make, in the end, you got to live up to your end of the bargain. God ain't going to interfere with that. You got to give your soul away. And this is what a lot of people don't understand that's practicing it. You got people in religion that's practicing it so they can for monetary gain, personal gain, so they can try to hurt other people. And then they'll try to come back to the mosque, the church, and the synagogue and pray it away. That ain't the way it works. They can delusion themselves all day long. That is not the way it works. But back to the essence of what I'm saying. You got a lot of women who's consulting these people who practice it to either be taught or to practice it on their boyfriends or to control their husbands. Because like it says, it said that it was made to come between a man and his wife. But a lot of people practice it. The Puerto Ricans, they practice Santa Maria. The Africans, they practice voodoo, whatever they practice. And Jamaicans, they all practices, whenever they threaten with poverty. Or whenever they get jealous or mad at somebody. Because they live for the sake of the moment. And they're not afraid of the end. Nobody fears God no more. But this is a lot of people don't understand that the game is not physical no more. It's about mental and spiritual warfare against the masses. And it's the spiritually weak that will always be victimized. This is why you see on social media and the internet, you got a lot of the devil's followers who will try to divert you and steer you away from religion or thinking spiritually. Because because they know that if you're close to God, is very seldomly can they do anything to you if you know the prayers, the prayer where there's spells, because it does work. Nevertheless, you got a lot of women out here who are becoming witches, men are becoming demons, straight up devil worshippers. But a lot of them think that they're gonna wait to the end, and then they're gonna run to the church, the mosque, and the synagogue, and they're gonna just say, okay, I'm Muslim, I'm Christian, or I'm a Jew, and I'm sorry. But that ain't the way it works, because nobody know when the end is coming. But the point of the matter is being able to think spiritually, because that's the only thing that's going to save us in today's time. Because we're living in a very different, evil time where we're moving into a different phase of life, where life as you used to know it is no longer going to be. And we have to understand the evil spiritual forces that's against us every day, invisible and visible. You got a lot of people out here who wish to take advantage of you spiritually, so that they can take advantage of you monetarily for their own personal gain, for monetary gain. You also have a lot of white people who are practicing it. A lot of white women, they're becoming witches through initiation. One thing about white people, they have no problem with giving away their souls when it comes to getting attention on the TV screen, in the big movie screen, or for money. They are pathological people anyway. They have no problem with giving. I don't even think they have a soul, but that's in the eyes of the beholder. But nevertheless, they practice it. The Jews practice it. The Jews is the most powerful at practicing it because they learned theirs straight from the Kabbalah. If you don't know what the Kabbalah is, look it up on the internet. But the point is that we have to understand that there are very evil spiritual forces out here that's working against us every day, because the devil knows that his reign is coming to an end, and he's stepping up his pace to snatch souls. But one thing about the devil, he can't make you give up your soul. He has to make the worldly things seem appealing to the naked eye, so that you can gravitate towards it. So when you see, people who try to run up on you and try to get you angry and try to get you mad, and you find yourself cursing and yelling all day, that's because the demons are riding you. One of the magician's favorite tricks is to get you mad so that he can inject you with the evil jinns, the evil spirits. Y'all have to basically look this up, because you can't go about your life, your daily life, thinking that none of this don't exist, because you will be victimized. You got people running around here who are doing it just for fun, casting spells on people for fun. True story. And a lot of us don't understand. As a matter of fact, it's not even, a lot of people can't even fathom the idea. It's not even, they can't even fathom the idea of this. They think that it's just like the feds. Their trickery works because people in America, they live for the sake of Allah, and they don't want to ever think that type of stuff exists. So they'd rather stick their head up under the cover and hope it go away. When the fact of the matter is that Shaitan, the devil's reign, is coming to an end, and he's stepping up his pace. He's bringing back the resurrection of everything that's an abomination, from the gay agenda to everything else, to make a mockery of God, because he know he's going to the hellfire, so he wants as much as company as possible. And he got a lot of company. He has a lot of company. A lot of people you see running around here, they're devil worshippers. You got sheep. You got a lot of them that is sheep in wolves' clothing. Wolves in sheep clothing. Excuse me. I said it backwards, but it's wolves in sheep's clothing. Deceiving people in the name of God. True story. And I'm sure a lot of y'all already know that. And you have the Jews like I said, the Jews are the most powerful at doing it because they learned this from the Cabal. The Jews was God's chosen people. They basically had a ticket when they on the day of judgment, a ticket to not even be judged, just to go straight into the hereafter. But they said, no, we don't want that. We want the here and now. We want money, beautiful women, and money. So God said, so be it. So shall you have it, but you shall have no happiness in the hereafter. So he gave them the music industry, the movie industry, and a lot of other stuff. So that's why you see people saying that the gold is running the industry, because this is true. This is what they got rewarded with. They traded in their ticket to the hereafter for the here and now, the worldly things. A lot of these people don't have no problem with giving up their souls, man. They'll laugh at you even when you mention God. This is why they brought about to bring resurrecting the gay agenda. This is why they bringing back a lot of stuff, and the resurrection of Pharaoh. How Pharaoh killed off all the men and let the women live. That's what they doing to black people and the black race. They incorporated the sisterhood into their system and keep the men and the boys stagnated out in the street, out of the job market. We have to understand the spiritual warfare that's being played against us. And all of this, they do all of this to make a mockery of God, because Shaitan, the devil, knows that he's going to the hellfire. But the only one on his team knows that he's going to lose is the devil himself. The rest of them think that they're going to win because they living in the moment. They working out, lifting weights and everything. As a matter of fact, they over in Switzerland right now trying to open up the gates to the other side, a bunch of antimatter. Trying to go into the spiritual realm, the spiritual creation, trying to unlock the gates of hell. This is what they doing. Yeah, just look it up. You ain't got to believe me. Do your research. I'm just here to wake up the masses, because a lot of people wish that you stay asleep because they want you victimized. This is why you got a lot of people on the internet trying to influence you to stay away from God. Yo, them religious, them niggas ain't no good, da-da-da-da. Because they want to discourage you from going that route. But you must understand, whether you Christian, Jew, or Muslim, that there's a spiritual war going on against you. Against you, your family, and the masses. Because we are moving into a whole different phase of life where the end of times is here. You bear witness into the days of revelations right now. And I know that people might say, man, why is this brother always talking against our people? Why you always pointing out what we doing and not what the white man doing? I'm pointing out what the white man doing too. But in order to make a change for the better, you have to understand We can't go pointing the finger at the white man when we looking at each other, killing each other, practicing voodoo against each other, doing all type of stuff against each other. We have to have a spiritual awakening. That's imperative. It is imperative that we have a spiritual awakening if anything is going to get better. And that's the fact of the matter. You got a lot of people who practice religion, they know a lot of people who don't. And you got some who don't, that's very good people. And you got a lot that do, that's very evil people. They just wolves in sheep's clothing. But the point is, and I'm not going to drag it on, the point is we have to be aware of the spiritual realm every day of our lives. Because the fact of the matter is that your soul is always at stake as long as the devil hasn't taken charge of it yet. Your soul is always at stake. This is why he's working every day against you. Because the righteous, in this life, the righteous is going to suffer. And that's just the fact of the matter. In between the beginning and the end, the devil and his followers are going to do damage. And they're already doing damage. They are already doing damage. Big time. So that's what we have to be aware of, and that's all I want. That's just a little food for thought for you to think about. You can't just go about your daily life saying, man, I'm good, I'm all right. I'm good, I'm safe. No, you're not. I don't care how hard you think you are. I don't care who you think, how much money you got. They got people out here right now that's in the street going crazy, and they sitting on millions. You know why? Because spells have been cast on them, or they've made deals with the devil, and the devil gave them those riches. And then when it's come time to come to the end, the evil spirits, the evil jinns start rearing their heads to them and showing them that you got to give up your soul. You got to live up to your end of the bargain. This is the part that people don't want to face. This is why you see people like Martin Lawrence running all over the place saying they're trying to kill me. Or people going crazy because they make that deal with the devil. They get that money or whatever they get, but they don't want to live up to their end of the bargain in the end. And they are going to have to. And this is what you have to understand. Whenever you threaten with poverty, this is when we become the most vulnerable. So I just want to give that to you as a little bit of food for thought. And from here, you can go and do your research on everything I said, and you'll find out that everything I said is true. Because the fact of the matter is that I love my people. Regardless, people might see me walk around sometime, and I do look at people with contempt in my eyes. Because I think that a lot of these people out here need to learn the hard way. Because they are very evil people too. They running around doing this and that and that and this. But guess what? They're going to be victimized. They being victimized. You got a lot of women out here who are running to these voodoo doctors and these witchcraft doctors, and they saying, yo, can you put a spell on my boyfriend or my husband? And they want to control them. But what they don't understand, what the women don't understand, is that the devil won't keep anything together that God has ordered to be joined together. So if you go to the devil and say, I want you to control my husband, the devil gonna look at you, they gonna look at you and say, okay, no problem. And inside he gonna be laughing, because he's gonna destroy not only your husband through spells, but he's gonna destroy your soul too. He knows that you're destroying your soul. This is why he's laughing. He knows that you are destroying your soul. And the one who's practicing the voodoo and the magic and on witchcraft, They know that they destroyed their soul, so they trying to get everybody that they can as possible with them. A lot of them think that they ain't destroying their souls because they think they're going to run to the church, the mosque, and the synagogue and be able to pray it away. The only ones who really know that they going to the hellfire is white people and Jews, the white Jews, who are the most powerful at practicing witchcraft, black magic, and voodoo because they learned it straight from the cabal. So they know that they going to the hellfire. So what they do, they go straight up in the rituals and take initiation to be witches and demons. You see a lot of white women, like a lot of white men out here, they are witches and demons. And they'll proudly tell you, they would probably tell you if you asked them. Because they have no problem with giving their souls away, man. Because money is their God. Like I said, the Jews had a ticket to go straight to the hereafter on the day of judgment. They refused it. Ever since God sent Moses to Pharaoh to let the Jews go, the Jews been disrespecting God ever since. Ever since. And he still try to have, God is the most merciful. He still try to have mercy on them. And they said, nah, we don't want the ticket to heaven. We want the here and the now. We want beautiful women and money. So he gave them the music industry and the movie industry, because with the music industry and the movie industry comes what? Women from all walks of life. This is why you see all type of people having to, have sex and get duped in their butt as initiation to get fame. Yeah. So you have to understand, whenever you get up and you find yourself in an irritable mood and you cursing and you mad all day, that's demons riding you. The demons are riding you. People are putting spells on you. You don't even know. So I'm just hoping that, a lot of people get some sense of direction, because like I said, we need a spiritual awakening. You are dealing with a monster on earth that you really don't know that you're dealing with. It's not like it said in the Bible, it's not the flesh that we wrestle against. It's the evil spirits in very high places. And that's what you have to understand. I could go on and all day about this topic, and I'm probably going to make another video about this topic. But I just want to give you a little food for thought. So, I know everybody going to say, yeah, whatever. It might touch, all I care about if it just touch one person. And they just go and do something about it, man. Get some type of sense of direction. Get some type of religion in your life, man. You need that. We need that. Especially in this day and time, we need that. We are in a very evil day and time. Very evil. And we are moving into a whole different phase where life as you know it is about to come to an end. And we're about to be tested, the test of time. And these are tests beyond your wildest nightmares. And a lot of us may not even be here to see it, but your children will be. And if you can't give them nothing, no spiritual food, guess what? They are going to be had in the worst way imaginable. And the flesh will not be spared. So the only thing we got is our soul. And if you got that at the end of the game, you still got your soul, then you are one of the winners in the game. You might look around and see all these people riding these cars and got all this money and got all this fame. And you might say, damn. And they might be looking at you like saying, you're a loser. No. If in the end of this game, you still got your soul, you are one of the winners. And this is what you have to think about every day of your life. Whenever you wake up, when you're walking down the street, because when you're walking down the street and you're in an irritable mood and you cursing and you don't know what's happening, you're being victimized. People are casting spells on you. They got people who can cast all type of spells. Real talk. And I'm just here to make you aware of that. I've dealt with people like that. I've experienced them trying to put spells on me and everything else. And a lot of the times I had to pray it away, all type of stuff. So I'm just giving you a little food for thought, and I want you to go do a little research. And you are watching The Homeless Empire, and I am your host, the lyrical genius, Black Titanium. Please hit the subscribe button and hit that like button. I want you to subscribe to my channel because I have a lot of information that I want to give you that's going to be beneficial to you, your family, and your soul. And take heed to these jewels, because 5 minutes after this video is over, the devil and his followers are going to follow me up, and they're going to try to erase this from your mind. They're going to try to make you forget about it in any way, especially online. When they hear somebody like me talk, they follow me up and they try to erase that from the listener's mind, because they want you under their spells. They want you there under their control. That's just human nature today. So please hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. And this is The Homeless Empire. And I am your host, Black Titanium, a.k.a. Sharif Shakur. Peace. Until the next time, I'm out.